Hello and welcome to the Mesa Public Schools College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution, but will be around for the entire session to answer any questions you may have. My name is Jenny and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. I'd now like to turn it over to our first school, Whitworth University.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Greg Orwig, and I am the Vice President of Admissions and Financial Aid at Whitworth University. And we describe ourselves as a different kind of Christian university because we seek to be the best Christian school for both Christian and non-Christian students. Our faculty and staff come from diverse Christian backgrounds and welcome students regardless of their faith background and challenge all of our students to ask tough questions, engage diverse perspectives, and think hard about what they believe and why they believe it, but we won't tell you what you should believe. We're in Spokane, Washington. It's the sunny, dry side of Washington State, though we do have a 4-season climate, which would certainly be a change of pace for you students from Arizona. Second largest city in the state, so there's plenty to do. In particular, it's just an oasis for outdoor recreation. So there are dozens of different outdoor rec opportunities within an hour of campus that you can do in each of those 4 different seasons. This is a shot of our downtown. Spokane and Whitworth is located about 15 minutes north of downtown on a 200-acre campus covered in pine trees in a neighborhood. So it's safe, beautiful, walking distance to coffee shops and restaurants, but really a lovely place to go to college. And there are direct flights from Arizona, from Phoenix to Spokane, so easy for you all to get to as well. We have about 2,200 students at Whitworth. Low student faculty ratio, 90% of the classes have fewer than 30 students, which means you're going to know your professors likely on a first name basis, and more importantly, they're going to know you. So Whitworth attracts professors who are scholars and researchers, but their primary calling and commitment is to teach and mentor students inside of class and outside of class, which is one reason why we were just ranked the #1 school for undergraduate teaching among all the regional universities in the Western United States. A little snapshot of this year's incoming class profile in terms of GPA and test score. What I want you to know is we review holistically every single admissions application. We read it front to back, and we will admit students above and below these numbers if we believe that the students have the potential to be successful at Whitworth. And students who've got GPAs above and below these have been very successful at Whitworth. And we've been test optional for over 15 years, so we know there are great students who aren't necessarily great standardized test takers, and we have a smooth process for admitting those students. We have over 100 academic majors and programs. The most popular right now are psychology, health science, which is the gateway major for students who want to go on to med school, dental school, PA, PT, any of those health professions. We get students into great programs every year. And then rounding out the top 5 are biology, elementary education, and business management. The fastest growing majors right now are criminal justice and computer science. And we also have the option for students to work with faculty advisors to design their own major that aligns more specifically with their particular academic and career interests. So that might also be a fun option. Many schools, private schools like Whitworth, have scary sticker prices or list prices. And the good news, at least at Whitworth, is literally no student pays that sticker price because we guarantee every student a university scholarship of $16,000 to $30,000 per year, automatically renewable for 4 years. Also, every student who lives on campus automatically receives a $4,000 housing grant. We have talent scholarships for students involved in music and theater, speech and debate, young life, art, student media, and those are $1,000 and up, open to students in any major who are involved in those activities. And then we also have honors scholarship visit weekend and competition for students admitted with honors, where students can compete for up to 3 full tuition scholarships available at each of those weekend events. You can find out more about that on our website. It's pretty easy, straightforward to apply to Whitworth. We have our own online application and the common application. No fee, no preference for either one. And then we just need your high school transcript, official or unofficial, and we can give you an admissions decision. We love writing samples and essays, but those are optional, as are test scores and academic recommendations. You can get all that information and access those applications at whitworth.edu/apply. I don't think there's any more important way to figure out whether a school is the right fit than visiting. And I put my money where my mouth is, because we offer a $1,000 visit scholarship for any admitted senior or transfer student who attends one of our full day or overnight visit events. And we have those visit programs every week throughout the school year. And starting this year, we're also committed to reimbursing students for travel expenses in order to attend one of those campus visit events. And for students from Arizona, we'll reimburse you up to $350 for travel expenses to come for one of our visit events. You just got to get admitted. So I encourage you to apply now and get admitted, and then you'll automatically get the instructions for accessing those travel reimbursement funds. And with that, here's just a great picture of hammocking on campus, which is one of our students' favorite pastimes, and some contact information for reaching out to learn more about Whitworth. Thanks for your time and attention.
Thank you so much. I love that photo. It looks so relaxing there. Reminder to all of our participants to use that Q&A function if you have questions for any of our institutions here at any time during their presentations. Up next, we have Franklin and Marshall College.
Thank you very much. Let me share my screen. How about that? Is that showing yet or not?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh, now it's gone. There you go.
Super. Thank you. Sorry for the delay. My name is Jen Carrier. I'm the Assistant Director of Regional Admission for Franklin and Marshall College. Our contact information is right there on my slide. I am certainly your representative for our students coming to us from Arizona tonight. So glad to be with you. A little bit about Franklin and Marshall. We were founded in 1787 by Ben Franklin himself. So we are actually the 23rd oldest school in the country, down there about 70 miles west of Philadelphia. We're about an hour and a half north of Washington, D.C., and about a 2.5-hour train ride from New York City. We're also close to our capital of Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Just for some reference, so you've got great metropolitan areas nearby. Lancaster itself is a suburban community of about 65,000. It's a very vibrant, active community with lots of restaurants, coffee shops, and over 70 different languages spoken. So it's a very neat place. And you can go out into the countryside in about a half an hour and have a very rural environment. So you really have the best of all worlds, geographically speaking. About the college, though, there's a beautiful picture of kind of what we look like with the traditional brick buildings, kind of an Ivy-esque type of feel about it. And the type of students that are going to do well at Franklin and Marshall are going to be students that do have a true love of learning. You're going to get challenging and rewarding curriculum. You are going to get to know your professors well. Also, we have average class sizes of 18 and a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So like my colleague from Whitworth, students will get to know their professors and their professors will get to know them. We also have a very global student body population. About 20% of our students are international, and we have students coming from all over the country. We are really trying to get more students from the West. So that's where our Arizona students come in. We really want you out there. We also have a very strong sense of community, again, because we have students coming from all over the world. We want you to feel at home on our campus. And then we just have amazing outcomes for our graduates. 97% of our graduates will either have a job or will have been accepted into graduate or professional school within 6 months. So you will be amongst the most prepared applicants for whatever you do next. This is some quick statistics. We have about 2,400 students on campus. We have a fabulous study abroad program with over 200 programs in 60 different countries. About 2/3 of our students will do some type of research with their professors. And we have over 100 clubs and organizations. So there's plenty to do. I always say you really have to try to be bored at F&M. Here are some of our fields of study. We have over 60 different fields. We are liberal arts, but our major offerings really run the gamut. Some of our more popular and strong majors are business. It's business, organization, and society. Any of our pre-healthcare, pre-STEM majors are very popular. Environmental studies, all of our environmental studies programs are very strong. And then the traditional languages, humanities, arts, those are very strong. We also have a brand new visual arts building with all of our cutting edge technology for anything related to film, media, photography, studio art, etc. And we have a unique animal behavior studies major for vet students or pre-vet students. We also have a vivarium right on campus, so you can actually work with animals during your undergraduate experience, making, again, you one of the most marketable candidates for vet school. So we have a lot of great programs, but if you don't find something you want here, you can do a special studies major, you can do a joint major, you can minor, or you can try one of our 7 new certificate programs. All students will declare their major the second semester of the sophomore year. And if I didn't mention it already, we are all undergraduate students. A few nuts and bolts, we are on the Common App or the Coalition app. We are test optional and we have been for 30 years this year. So sending or not sending test scores is no problem. It will not hurt you. If you have them and you want to send them, that's okay. It can only help. Interviews are optional, but I highly recommend them. Again, they typically are only going to help the applicant. And it's also a good way for you to ask questions about Franklin and Marshall and make sure we're a good fit for you. We do a holistic review, so we take everything you send us into account. There is no one thing that is most important. We have early decision 1 and 2. If you know F&M is your top choice, I would recommend applying early decision. We have a 65% admit rate, but it is binding. Our early decision deadlines are November 15th and January 15th. And regular decision, we have an admit rate of about 35%. The deadline is January 15th. For financial aid, we do ask for the FAFSA and the CSS profile. We will cover 100% of your need-based aid, and that is guaranteed for all 4 years. We do not want our high sticker price to keep anyone out either. About 2/3 of our students do get some type of financial aid. And just this year, we've implemented a leadership scholarship. About 1/3 of our admitted students will get the leadership scholarship. All you need to do is highlight any leadership experience you have in your Common or Coalition app. There is no additional application. Real quickly, one of our unique features is our 5 college house system. You will be sorted into your college house, kind of like the Harry Potter style, based on your first year connections course. That will become your community and your home away from home. It's really the hub of your existence at F&M that first year. You are required to live on campus your first year. You are guaranteed housing all 4 years, but you do not have to take the other 3, but you certainly can if you want. And our other unique feature is OSPGOD, our Office of Student and Postgraduate Development. They really work with students to get that outside of the classroom hands-on experience, which really makes you a very well-rounded student. And again, a top applicant for whatever you want to do next. They work with you starting during freshman orientation, and they really make sure that you have everything you need, prerequisites for any grad school or programs you're applying to, hands-on experience, internships, nonprofit work, volunteering, etc. And I really feel like they are one of the main reasons that our graduates are so well prepared. Lastly, Division III athletics. We are in the Centennial Conference. We have 27 varsity sports, as well as club sports and intramurals. So again, you really have to try to be bored. There's always something to do to stay fit and active. And with the liberal arts education from Franklin and Marshall, you can do it all. I'm Jen Carrier, and I will turn it over to my colleagues.
Thank you so much. And a reminder to use that Q&A function if you have questions for any of our institutions here during their presentations. Up next, we have Arizona State University.
Hello, everyone. My name's Jordan. I am your ASU admission rep. I'll put my information up 1 second. I'll change slides. So sorry, 1 second. Okay, there we go. So sorry about that. So this is my information. I also have my colleague Michelle with me. She'll be putting some links in the chat for us as we go along. But there's my email, and we also have Calendly appointments available for students if they want to discuss anything beyond this. We can schedule a Zoom or phone call appointment. But starting out, I'll tell you guys a little bit about ASU's charter. So essentially, we pride ourselves by whom we include and how they succeed rather than who we exclude. So we try to make education accessible for everyone who is interested in receiving a higher education and is academically prepared. Because of that, we do have very straightforward admission requirements that we'll go over a little bit later in the presentation. But we do have 4 campuses across the Phoenix Valley. You'll see on the map here, our West Campus is over in Glendale, and then we have a downtown Phoenix campus as well as a Tempe campus, and then our Polytechnic campus is going to be in Mesa, right on the border of Mesa and Gilbert. Each campus has a little something special to offer, but when you are admitted to ASU, you're admitted to ASU as a whole. So regardless of which major or which campus your major is going to be offered at, you're welcome to travel to the different campuses to attend different experiences like our sporting events at the Tempe campus, or if you're interested in traveling and taking a class at a different campus, that is always available. We do have campus shuttles available to students that will take you across each of these campuses. That way you don't have to drive yourself if you're interested in traveling. But our admission requirements, as I mentioned, they're very straightforward, and Michelle will be putting some of these links in the chat so you guys are able to view this online as well. We look for these 16 core competency courses on a student's high school transcript. So they're listed here, and again, you can find them online as well with these links that Michelle is putting in the chat. And then in addition to those, we look for one of these aptitude requirements. So a 3.0 unweighted GPA in those 16 core competencies, or top 25% of your class rank, or 22 on the ACT, or an 1120 on the SAT. So it is just one of these aptitude requirements. You do not need to meet all 4. We are test optional as well, so you don't need to send us ACT or SAT scores to get admitted. It is just another option to meet one of these aptitude requirements. With that, I'll talk a little bit about our scholarships as well. So our scholarship portal is available to students. Our application for fall 2023 has been open since July, and then the scholarship portal has been open since September. So definitely, if you haven't applied already, we highly recommend doing that as soon as possible so that you have the most opportunities with the scholarships listed in our scholarship portal. We accept the ASU application as well as the Common App, so you can apply either way. And then all first-year students are evaluated for our merit-based scholarship. So it'll be based on the information that students enter in their application, regardless of if you do the ASU application or the Common App. That information will be used to evaluate you for this first-year merit scholarship. We do have an estimator online, but I'll just kind of mention that that is currently still reflecting fall 2022 numbers. It should be updated very soon for fall of 2023, but just keep that in mind if you use the estimator tonight, that it is still showing fall 2022 information. Raise Me, I'll mention quickly, is just a program that students can participate in while they're still in high school. So if anybody in the group tonight is not a senior or a parent of a senior, this is a great opportunity for those students as they enter high school and they're working throughout their time there. They can work on earning these micro scholarships. So definitely something to look into if you're not yet a senior. And then we highly encourage all of our students to also complete the FAFSA. You'll complete this regardless of if you choose ASU or not. You can enter up to 10 schools in the FAFSA application. We also have some workshops available for you guys. So if you needed some assistance in completing the FAFSA, you're welcome to attend one of our virtual workshops and we can help you get that filled out. We do have some special financial assistant programs for first-year Arizona residents. So it's very important that you complete the FAFSA so you can be considered for those. And then these are just going to be a few quizzes that you guys can check out if you're interested. We do have a campus fit quiz. So you can take that if you're curious which campus may be best for you. I would also recommend just visiting in person though. You can schedule that through that same link that was put in the chat for that visit.asu.edu. And then we also have a career and major quiz. Another thing that I highly recommend you look into is our degree search page. It will give you information about which majors you're looking for. You can search by keyword, see program descriptions, and kind of get all of that information there. And then with that, I'll just quickly put in here again that visit.asu.edu. You can schedule campus tours as well as attend different sessions on our admission process. They're at the Honors College if you're interested, and then individual academic college presentations as well.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Up next, we have ASU College of Health Solutions.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. My name is Christy, and I work in undergraduate recruitment with ASU's College of Health Solutions. College of Health Solutions' main goal is to prepare future medical or health practitioners to meet the individual needs of their communities, to deliver better healthcare, better health outcomes, especially for negatively impacted communities. So to that end, our program is going to deal with systems of healthcare, human performance, and precision health. So then we have degrees that kind of fit the umbrella of all of the different healthcare options that are out there, from technology to healthcare delivery, nutrition, population health. We're going to kind of be your one-stop pre-health medical career for ASU, with the exception of nursing, and they're up a little later tonight, so they can tell you more about their programs as well. College of Health Solutions serves about 7,500 students on all 4 of the greater Phoenix campuses. Our main campus is the downtown Phoenix campus. So we are located in the Phoenix Biomedical Corridor, which means we are collaborating with the different schools that are down there. U of A's med school, NAU's PT, PA programs, as well as the health systems that are downtown, and technology startup companies that deal with healthcare in the downtown area as well. So all of our degree programs, our undergraduate degree programs, are listed here. And like I said, we pretty much have you covered if you are interested in becoming a healthcare practitioner, professional, or working in some way in the health field. Our most popular degree program I want to highlight is medical studies. Medical studies is our whatever it is you want to do program. So if you want to become a medical doctor, DO, PA, PT, medical studies would be the degree program for you. This degree is really, really nicely packaged in that it contains all of the prerequisites for going to your professional school. So there's tracks depending on what you choose to do, and we're going to hit all of the prereqs for your Arizona professional schools in this degree program. But it also contains coursework in communication, leadership, ethics, things that will make you a better healthcare practitioner down the road. And then another service that ASU offers is something called pre-health. I'll add this to the chat a little later, but pre-health is an ASU program that helps you become a really well-rounded candidate for the school or profession that you're looking to go into. So they will help you find internship, leadership opportunities, ways to get involved, help you with your MCAT prep or whatever professional tests that you have to take, help you brush up on your interview skills, help you develop a 4-year plan so that your time in college is spent well, making you a competitive applicant. We also, like I said, have a broad range of degree programs, but if you're interested in movement science, which would be maybe you want to become a clinical exercise physiologist, maybe you want to become a physical therapist, or maybe you want to work with a high performing population. So maybe you want to become an athletic trainer or do sports performance training or work with a tactical environment. We have a degree program for you. And the same kind of goes for nutrition degrees. If you want to become a registered dietitian, you want to work in nutrition as like maybe a medical nutrition therapist, or go on to nutrition research, or even look at running a healthcare nutrition related business, we've got a degree program for you as well. And then if you want to work to increase like health outcomes in your population or in your community, we have public health, population health, and health education degrees that could lead to careers working in government, in schools, working with businesses or corporations that deal with increasing health outcomes. And another nice thing about ASU's College of Health Solution is we do include an internship with every one of our degree programs. So you are going to get that experiential learning while you're at ASU, the College of Health Solutions. You can see some of our community partners there, the research that we have going as well. And what we do is we have a community placements team, and their job is to get you a fit with your internship that's right for you and your interests in your future career goals. And like I said earlier, we kind of recommend that all of our students get involved. We've got basically whatever it is you want to do, we're going to have a club or an organization for that. And then we'd love to hear from you. chs.asu.edu is our website, but you can reach out to us at chs@asu.edu or go ahead and scan my QR code there, and I will get back with you.
Thank you so much. And a reminder to our participants to use that Q&A function if you have questions for any of our institutions here. Up next, we have ASU Thunderbird School of Global Management.
Hello, everyone. My name is Olga Teran. I am the Coordinator Senior for Thunderbird School of Global Management at ASU. I'm very happy to be here with you and get to talk about our undergraduate programs. So we were actually our very own university for almost 70 years before we were acquired by ASU in 2015. So some history about Thunderbird: we were actually an air base during World War II, but once World War II ended, there was a question of what we do with all these service members and how can we really prepare to keep from all these conflicts from happening around the world. And so that's where the idea came from, of creating a university or college for students to be able to attend that are really able to address all these issues that can really solve conflicts later on. So at Thunderbird, we really value prosperity and sustainability. So the goal of our students at Thunderbird School of Global Management is to also be able to leave a positive impact behind whenever it is that they're doing business or management in whatever country they choose to. So the type of students who we really look for are students who are creative, adaptable, they are really passionate about entrepreneurship. So they have all of these different, skill sets or interests that really they want to use to be able to use it in their future. But another thing that makes Thunderbird very special is that we truly believe in the fourth industrial revolution. So if you've heard of that term before, it's currently what we are living through. So we all have a little phone that's a mini computer. So how do we use all this technology in business, but also to learn? So we really prepare our students to be able to, be very skilled and very versed when it comes to technology, so they're able to adapt that into whatever they do. At Thunderbird, we do only have 2 degrees, so we keep it very easy. We have our Bachelor's of Global Management and our Bachelor's of International Trade, as well as an accelerated program, also known as 4+1, meaning that you can get your undergraduate and your master's degree in 5 years or less. I have seen students complete their undergrad in 3 years and then complete their master in 1 year, so making it 4 years. So if you are a student that has dual enrollment or AP, I definitely recommend that you pursue a similar program to our accelerated degrees. So what's really great about global management is that management can be applied in anything and everything, right? It could be business, it could be nonprofit, entrepreneurship, NGOs, it could be governance. So with global management being our most popular degree at Thunderbird, we see a lot of students really focus on this and also maybe get a minor or a certificate in any other schools at ASU. One really great thing about our global management degree is that we have 2 tracks. We have our business and culture and our business, culture, and language. So they're very pretty explanatory. So if you do choose the language track, that means that you are choosing to take 2 additional years of a foreign language. So say you already speak English and French, you could choose to take maybe Mandarin, Spanish, or Arabic. So those are a few examples of most of our most popular languages that our students choose to take at Thunderbird. The second degree that we have at Thunderbird is international trade. This degree is really teaching students how to get a product or a service from point A to point B, and you learn all the diplomacy and negotiations behind it. So if we remember during our COVID era, when we were ordering a lot of different things from online, and instead of taking 2 weeks, it was taking 2 months, a lot of our students are really taught how to tackle all of that information of how are we getting these products and services again, and you're learning the diplomacy and negotiation behind it and everything that it takes to facilitate. So again, we are a school at ASU, and something that makes us stand out at Thunderbird and at ASU is that our undergraduate faculty are graduate faculty. So that means that your students are getting our top-notch faculty that are also teaching our graduate students. So we have professors who have worked for Deloitte, who have worked for the UN, who have worked for the World Bank, teaching our undergraduate students as well, or that also have their own businesses or have managed multinational and multi-million-dollar companies as well. We do a lot of applied case studies. So yes, we use books, but we also want to use real life situations and case studies where students can take everything that they've learned and be able to apply it. We also follow a collaborative experience model. So that means that when you are at Thunderbird, for the most part, you are working in groups. Why? Because we understand that management means that you are working with people who are different to you, who might, operate differently. And so we want to make sure that our students are building their cross-cultural communication so they're able to really interact with people who might be different to them. When we talk about international opportunities, we really are talking about our international internship and our capstone seminar. So for example, our international internship, we really encourage students to be able to study abroad or do their internship abroad. However, it does not mean that they have to go to another country, but many students do pursue this. It means that they can stay in Arizona and maybe do an internship for Amazon or Intel or a nonprofit that's trying to solve world hunger. But as long as it has an international component, our students are also part of a capstone seminar project, so kind of a consulting project where we have executives from a company coming to Thunderbird and really being able to facilitate many different types of consulting projects. A few examples of our internships: where our current graduate and undergraduate students are located, some of our very notable alumni in our global network that our undergraduate students have access to, as well as when we say in global, we really mean it. So we have offices all around the world that are really able to serve our students. And our student life, where we have multiple ASU and Thunderbird student organizations. We are a fairly new undergraduate program at ASU, so we follow the same general requirements, admission requirements. Here is our contact information, so I definitely say take a screenshot. I have also entered my information in the chat, so please feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Thanks so much. And last but not least tonight, we have ASU Edson College of Nursing and Health Innovation.
Thank you so much. I'll go ahead and share my screen. Right. So I'm with the Edson College of Nursing and Health Innovation at ASU. My name is Brenna Tonelli. I'm the director for student recruitment. And so I'm going to share a little bit of information, kind of a high level overview of the programs that we offer, where we're located, and then some opportunities you have with our college. So we are kind of the sister school to the College of Health Solutions that you heard from earlier tonight. So we also offer a handful of programs that are focused on improving healthcare and health outcomes. And so for our students who want to help people, these are in healthcare specifically, these are some really great programs. And then we also have a few options that are more related to the business aspects of healthcare. So we'll touch on those too. But this is a list of all of the programs that we have available. And I will go over each of these briefly. So you kind of know what each of them means and what the outcomes are for those. On this slide, I do want to highlight that we're located at multiple campuses and locations. So when Jordan from ASU Admissions was speaking earlier, she showed a map of all of the ASU campuses and locations. And so we're at many of those. So we're located at the downtown Phoenix campus. We're located at the West campus. We're at the Lake Havasu location, and starting in fall 23, we'll have a program at the Polytechnic campus as well. We also offer programs online. So everything that we have is available online as well. So I'll start things off with our programs that are more focused on helping individuals, one-on-one or their families or patients in healthcare. And then I'll talk a little bit about our business of health programs, and then I'll wrap it up with nursing. That's probably our most popular program. So we'll touch on that last. So community health is a program that we have that really prepares graduates to work with usually underserved communities, but it can truly be any community that you're passionate about, to improve health outcomes in that community. So someone who's really embedded with that community, knows the ins and outs and the culture of that community, and maybe that community has specific health issues that they're experiencing. So how do we help them in their communities to prevent them from needing to come into the hospital? So again, this can be someone who is a health educator, someone who works for maybe a nonprofit healthcare organization, someone who works for a government organization that does community health projects. It could also be someone who works in a hospital setting that is sent out into the community to provide resources and information to underserved communities. Another one that we offer that's very similar to community health is healthcare coordination, but the focus of this one's a little bit different. It's more so to prepare graduates to work one-on-one with patients and families to provide resources, guidance, and support to optimize their health outcomes. So they might work for a hospital organization or another larger health agency to help ensure that patients can follow their healthcare plans and they know the resources that are available to them so that healthcare is accessible and they have the best cost options and things like that. They might also work for insurance companies to connect their members with the resources that they need to optimize their health as well. The next one I'll talk about is integrative health. So this program is focused on really evidence-based, holistic, and complementary care. So how do we use integrative wellness or healing modalities to complement more traditional medicine so that we improve, again, health outcomes for patients. And so this is a great option for students who are really focused on total wellness. So looking at an individual mind, body, and spirit, and not just their illness. This is a great option for students who are pre-health. And when I say that, I mean someone who's interested in going on to a professional grad program in health later on. So we have two tracks available. There's kind of a general track, and then there's a pre-health track for students who are interested in going on to maybe like medical school or naturopathic programs or another health program. So that pre-health track kind of neatly packages all of the sciences that you will need to apply for graduate health programs. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about two of our more business-related programs. So the first one really is tied into business and law for healthcare, and it's, I'm sorry, that's the next one. I'm going to skip forward. So healthcare compliance and regulations. So healthcare compliance and regulations is really focused on ensuring that the agency that you work for is compliant as far as local, federal, state regulations are concerned, making sure that the organization is making ethical decisions, that they're maximizing cost effectiveness, that they're fighting fraud and abuse. And so again, to keep costs low, to make sure that the company or the healthcare agency is following all of the policies that they need to be to ensure safety and again, compliance. So this is a great one if you love business and you love rules. This is a very rule focused program. And we're really excited because we're the first, I think still the only certified undergrad program by the Compliance Certification Board. So you can get a certification after you complete this program. And I'll jump back. So health entrepreneurship and innovation is another bachelor's degree that we offer. It has a little bit more of a business focus, but it's really focused on leading and transforming change in healthcare. So if you turn on the news or if you read the paper, I don't know if people read the paper anymore, but if you do, you might see that, there's lots of problems in healthcare. So problems with access to care and also cost of care. And so a large focus of this is how do we drive up access, drive down costs so people have more access. So it's a great option for people who like to solve problems and think outside of the box in really creative ways. The last one I'll mention really quickly is nursing. And so this program prepares students to be registered nurses. So at the end of the program, you would be able to sit for the NCLEX RN. We are ranked in the top 30 BSN programs in the United States. So we're excited about that. And as far as nursing admission, we have a couple different pathways. I'm not going to dive too much into the details tonight, but we do offer a direct admission pathway into nursing. So students that meet higher criteria than what we're talked about for regular ASU admission, they can gain direct admission to nursing, meaning they have a guaranteed seat in the nursing program. So that's really a great opportunity for our students who meet those requirements. Like many of the colleges you heard from tonight, there's tons of opportunities with Edson College to get involved, internships, study abroad, research. So definitely if you join us, we'll have lots of fun things for you to do with us. And then this is our contact information here. So if you have any questions, please give us a call, send us an email. You can also visit the link at the bottom of this slide and you can get connected with one of our student ambassadors who can talk to you about what it's like to be an Edson College student. So thanks for having us tonight.
Thank you so much. Thanks to all of our presenters here tonight. We have time for a quick Q&A for our Q&A portion. So I'll invite everyone back on the screen quickly for our question and answer portion. Our first question for the evening is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? You can share your nuggets of wisdom here. We'll go in the same order, starting with Whitworth University.
100% it's visiting campus in person. If you're considering a school, there's no better way to make an informed decision. You're making a decision about 4 years of your life and really the trajectory for the rest of your life. So even missing a day or two of school to attend a campus visit is well worth it.
And I would say that students should look beyond just the popular, well-known schools. There are a lot of wonderful schools out there. There's literally thousands in the United States. And you really need to find one that's a good fit, not just has a brand name.
I would definitely say get started early, apply to all of the colleges that you're remotely interested in and see what sort of things are out there. Definitely tour the campuses, like it was said, and reach out to someone at the college if you have any questions. We're here to help.
Yeah, and I would agree with visiting campus, but also go a step further and ask if you can even sit in one of their classes. And so at Thunderbird, we always welcome that.
Again, I'm going to kind of agree with everybody else. Definitely visit campus so you can really get a feel for if it's a place where you think you belong, and talk to current students. Ask about, where do your, students end up, for my case, like getting into medical school, what's your placement rate? Ask those kind of questions so you kind of know what your next 4 years are really going to look like.
Hard to follow all of that and come up with something new. So all of those tips are great. And I would agree with all of those. And I would also echo, like if you're looking at a program that does have like specific outcomes that are measurable, I would ask about those. So like for nursing specifically, as you're exploring nursing programs, if those are of interest to you, one thing that you can ask about to know how well the program is preparing you is what are the NCLEX pass rates. So the NCLEX is a national licensure exam that all nurses have to take before they get licensed. And so those are like measurable things that you can compare to see like what program is best preparing me to be a nurse, but also visit campus, talk to current students. All of that's great advice.
Yes, that's all fantastic advice. Since you only have a minute here, I'll add my advice as well, is to stay organized. There's so much different information. You heard different dates and deadlines today, even the different colleges, there's different routes for admissions for nursing versus other programs. So keep like a spreadsheet, maybe on your phone or something, so you can keep all of that organized, and keep a separate professional sounding email for all of your college admissions process, because you don't want to miss an important email or deadline because it got filtered in with all of the other emails coming into your inbox. So I always like to say that as well, because there's so much information here, and you want to be able to keep that straight as well. All right, so that will wrap it up for the evening. Thank you so much to all of our schools for joining us, and thank you also for joining us today. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. So we'd appreciate any feedback that you can provide. And we encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions that are happening just after this one. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening and best of luck on your college search process.